Well, it is now Saturday, October 12th, 2024, and I am in my backyard. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I am going to Table Mountain today. If I calculate correctly, the first time I went up Table Mountain was 2007 with my then 12-year-old daughter. I now have a 12-year-old granddaughter. And that first time just began my over more than a decade of exploring the backcountry around here, and some in Arizona too, but mostly around here in Idaho and Wyoming. Since then, I've gone up Table Mountain every year for the last, I guess 17 years now. So this will be either the 17th or the 18th annual going up of Table Mountain. Beautiful place. It's really late in the season. I think this may be the last weekend I'm able to go up there before it gets too cold and maybe even snowy. But I don't want to miss out. This has been a difficult year with my wife's many health issues. And I've just done day trips on four-wheelers for the most part. This will be my first and my last actual on-foot hike this year that will have done much. I did a partial hike with my son a few weeks ago. Anyway, I love Table Mountain. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world to be. Hopefully by lunchtime today, that's where I'll be. Minivan. Let's go. It's a little after 6:30 now, and I'm just beginning to go up Teton Canyon. You can just barely make out the Grand Teton as the light's beginning to come. Usually it's sun's already up by now, but I've got about an hour before sunup right now. Get out of the road here. Anyway, I'll be on the trail, maybe a few hundred feet up the face trail before the sun comes up. Let's get up there. Let's see. Yes, here we are. Teton Canyon is right here. Turn off on your way up to Tarhee. Right here you lose cell phone signal. Yay. No cell phone signal. Yay. But the view makes up for it. Should be right around the corner here. Ah, yes. The morning sun starting to come up. I love it here. Just after 7 a.m. I just leave my car. It's been a long time. Too long. Time to get up there. It's about 8:15 now. I'm at about 8,000 feet, or about 1/4 of the elevation gain. This aspen grove right here is one of my favorite places to take my first long break. Oh boy. Beautiful spot. Looking back down towards Teton Canyon. My destination's up above that ridge. Do you hear something? The only thing to hear is a little wind, water flowing in a stream, my breath. Oh yes, and a distant jet. And whatever that is. I have so missed this. It's good to be back. I take about a 5-minute break and I'll continue my climb. Whew. Well, it's about 10:45 now, and I'm at about almost exactly 10,000 feet. This is where the two trails come together. That's the face trail, steeper, shorter. And that is the canyon trail that's a couple miles longer, but not as steep. It is the most perfect day I could imagine for this hike. It's been kind of cool, anywhere from the 40s, it's supposed to get up into the 60s later today. Not too hot, not too cold. Most gorgeous place. Now, this spot here, I have camped here. There's a nice camping spot right over here that has the most astounding view and a log to sit on. And you can build a campfire here. Not a big deal. Whew. I am so slow. I've been passed by at least 5 different groups coming up here because I'm slow. But this is where I've camped. Build a bonfire here, watch the stars at 10,000 feet, and come out here and look at this at night. Just watch that first step, it's a doozy. There's our target, about 1,000 feet more elevation. I've climbed about 3,000 so far, 3/4 of the way. We'll go back down through that. Oh, all right. Anyway, it's been a great day. I'm definitely out of shape and overweight. I'm 64 years old, but ain't dead yet. I can still do this, but dang, I'm slow. That's why I need to do it alone, because I can't keep up with other people. But I'll get there. Every year, I think until the year I die, I want to be up here at least once every year, one way or another. Whew. Anyway, I'm going to take a short break, get a little snack, and head up to there. Okay, it's a little after 11 now. I've been on the trail for about 4 hours. I've had at least 6 or 8 different groups pass me. I'm about 9,500 thereabouts. And here's my path to go up to the table of Table Mountain. Such a beautiful day. If you look in the distance, there's a lot of fires off to the north, west of here. If you look closely, you can see a heavy layer of smoke just below this altitude, covering that whole area. Not unusual for this time of year, but obscures the views. But fortunately, the wind's coming out of the south right now, so I'm not getting smoke here. Man, it's a great day. Well, make another push towards the top. Down to that last few hundred feet. It always kind of kicks my rear. Still a beautiful day. Probably get a little cold on top. brisk breeze blowing. All right, onward and upward. Well, it's about 12:30. I finally made it up here. I can't believe it took me almost 5 hours to get up here. I was passed by dozens of people and several dogs. Oh, if you look down into the valley over there, that's the Grand Teton National Park. The whole valley is covered with smoke from fires back in that direction. The valley's back in this direction. Oh, Gucci. Also covered with smoke from fires back in that direction. Oh, man, I really got to do some exercise to get in shape. You can see down here is Cascade Canyon. There's Hurricane Pass and Battleship Mountain. This down here is Cascade Canyon, goes down to Jenny Lake. It's already been worth it. Totally worth it. I don't care if it takes me 10 hours to get up here. I'll come up here every year. Although I might have to start at sundown. Anyway, let's see if I can get some photographs. Something I've been doing. I'm the youngest of 9 children by a long shot, like 12 years younger.
Shoot.
Wow.
These are the ones that have gone before me. There's only 4 of us left.
Wow.
Anyway, just without falling down. Anyway, so if you want to start a video, you got it? Go on. Anyway, this is, what is this? This is Saturday, October 12th, 2024. We're on the top of Table Mountain at 11,106 feet. I first climbed this mountain. It's the first mountain I ever climbed in 2007. I've climbed it every summer. This is my 18th time climbing this mountain. I'm the youngest of 9 children, and these are the ones that have gone before me, and I'll probably be the last. These go with me everywhere I go, 4-wheeling, climbing, everywhere, to honor their memory. And anyway, can you take a... Well, it's after 1 o'clock now, and I've had a good lunch. I'm feeling a lot better. I was pretty wore down. Getting ready to start my trip down. Oh, I love it up here. Good crowd up here today. It's probably one of the last good weekends we have. Several dogs. I love it. I was just thinking, hiking alone up here, sometimes I get some of the strangest thoughts. I was thinking about something I read recently about Louis Pasteur, where Louis Pasteur said that a peripheral knowledge of science will make you an atheist, but a thorough knowledge of science will make you believe in God. That is true of me. True. When I was probably, I don't know, middle school age, I was reading all the theory of evolution and origin of life, basically atheism. But somewhere in middle of high school, as I was studying more and more biology and chemistry and other sciences, I knew that God was real. And I have dedicated much of my life to the study of science, nuclear engineering, physics, ecology. I consider myself an environmentalist. But as a scientist and an engineer, I'm also a Christian. I know that God lives. The earth may be millions of years old. Evolution may actually be a thing. But I know that God is real. I've seen too much. I've felt too much. That tells me that. Being up here reminds me of that. In no uncertain terms. I cannot deny what I know is true. God lives. And Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God. being around His creation does that to me. I've instructed my children to, if I am the last of my 9 brothers and sisters to live, to add my picture to the other pictures and to bring it to this spot on the top of Table Mountain as soon as they can, and to burn all 9 pictures as a ceremony to honor the lives of the 9 people in my generation. Not to mourn, but to celebrate the lives that we lived, long and short, and the graduation from this world to the next and better world of 9 lives. Don't mourn my passing. Celebrate the life that I lived and the life that I will live in the next world. Well, I better get down from here. Time to head all the way back down there. It's a little before 3 in the afternoon now. I took a long break here on this little rise at about 10,000 feet. About 1/4 of the way down for elevation. I'm going to take the longer route, a little less steep, a little less dangerous, instead of taking the face route, which goes straight down that ridge. Oh, it's been a gorgeous day. This little rise here has a wonderful view. This was actually one of the first places I came to. I came up to this spot here and everything else was snowed in. Spring of 2007, first time I came here. Well, keep on heading downhill. I'll be in my own bed tonight. Time to head down there. It's about 4 in the afternoon and I'm a little over halfway down the longer trail. This is one of my favorite places to take a bit of a break. It's nice. There's always good water here. And sometimes if I like to take a long break, I like to lay on that rock right up there. I call that my Jesus rock, because the running water beside it reminds me of a painting I saw, it's my favorite, of Jesus laying back on a rock with a staff in his hand looking up at the Milky Way. That's the Jesus rock. Very good place to take a break, maybe even camp in this area if you wanted to. Plenty of water, plenty of cover. Oh well. I don't think I'm going to take much of a break now, though. I'm about kind of tired, ready to go home. Well, it is 6 p.m. I'm back at the car now. Oh. Anyway, I made it, but before next year, I need to get in shape. Definitely feeling it. Anyway, time for some soda and cheeseburger. So I thought it might be good as I'm leaving Teton Canyon to get some perspective of where I was. There's the Grand Teton, of course, and Table Mountain right there in the center of the screen. Been a good day, a very good day. Now it's time to go home. The day is ending.